Hello everyone, this is Gene and I'm back with a very early morning video. It's actually just before 7:30 in the morning here in New York City. I know the lighting is very poor and it's pretty dreary outside right now, but thanks to Corona-chan, can't really go outside anyway. So anyhow, I just wanted to make a very brief video about something I literally just came across in one of Yellow Flash's videos. So apparently, Marvel writer Donny Cates had originally made a tweet, which he has since deleted, and according to his Twitter, he says he deleted it. But apparently he made a tweet lashing out at the backlash on the new Warriors trailer, calling the 150,000 plus downvotes the result of bigotry and hatred, in particular bigotry and hatred of the LGBTQ community and non-binary people. Donny Cates, I have two words for you. Shut up. Shut up. You know nothing. You know nothing but your own little safe space, you little snowflake. That's all you know. Instead of actually going out on Twitter and asking people, hey, why did you downvote this? Instead of asking people, hey, why are so many people downvoting this? Why are we getting such a harsh negative backlash? You decide to lash out like a little child and call everybody that downvoted it by extension a bigot. So you called me a bigot. You don't know me, Donny Cates. You don't know me. You don't know what I'm about. You don't know what I think about LGBTQ issues or non-binary issues or anything of that nature. But you called me and 150,000 other people bigots and hateful toward the LGBTQ community and non-binary people, all because we made our dislike of a poorly thought out trailer showing characters that were clearly out of touch. You decide where the problem. You see, this is the problem Marvel has, Kate. It's people like you. It's people like Kibblesmith. It's people like Dan Slott and Gail Simone. Okay, it is people who are so in love with the sound of their own voice that they won't listen to criticism. Even when the criticism is loud, is clear as day and loud as hell. Okay, a deaf person could hear this. Okay? Yet, you and by extension Marvel, want to be in such denial about how bad you screwed up with this, that you'd rather lash out and blame everybody else, but instead of blaming yourselves. You see, here's the one thing about this, that is actually a net positive for Marvel, believe it or not. As much as the coronavirus has shut down everything, the one decent thing about this is that it now gives Marvel time to stop and think about how they want to move forward, assuming they can get out of this shutdown alive. When it comes to the new Warriors, this can give Kibblesmith and Vecchio a chance to actually sit down, go over these designs, go over these backstories, go over the backlash, and go, okay, obviously people did not like this. No one liked it. You don't get this many downvotes from just the evil Comicsgate community. Comicsgate ain't that big. Okay? Even people who are not in Comicsgate, people who don't even cover comics, downvoted this. Okay, Tim Pool downvoted it. Liana Kay made a video about how she didn't like it. Sargon made a video about how dumb it is. Just Some Black Guy made a video about how dumb it is. Lauren Chen, better known as Roaming Millennial, made a video about how dumb this is. And those are people who don't typically cover comic books and comic book news and comic book drama, right? And those are just some of the more prominent channels I'm aware of. There are many other smaller channels that are just artists or just fans and who don't usually make videos about anything, who felt compelled to make a video about this, talking about how bad of an idea this was. Okay? The one decent thing is that these characters are not established yet, right? You could change every single thing about them and nobody would be offended, right? They don't have, how do I put it? They can't violate canon. Any changes that are made to these characters can't violate canon because there's no canon to violate yet. There's been plenty of instances where a character has been completely revamped and retooled because these revamps and retools were made in the beginning of the character's life cycle. I'll give you two examples. The character of Sabretooth did not start out as a mutant. He started out as a human serial killer. He started out in a completely different book. I think it was John Byrne who actually brought him over to the X-Men titles and retooled him to be basically Wolverine's rival and basically the dark reflection of Wolverine, right? There was no canon, or at least not a lot of canon established about Sabretooth at that point, so you were able to make those changes. Another example, and this comes from video games, interestingly enough, is Mortal Kombat. Okay, if you have played the original MK game or you know your Mortal Kombat history, then you probably remember that in the very first Mortal Kombat game, Raiden's evil, right? When you play the game as him and you win, it talks about how he uses the tournament and he gets through it easily, and he opens up the gates of heaven or whatever it is, and basically all the elder gods get to compete in the tournament and everything goes to hell, and then it gives you the have a nice day ending, which back then in fighting games in the early 1990s, have a nice day was sort of a sarcastic, joking way of saying, you chose the bad guy. You just ruined everything for everyone. Have a nice day. But guess what? Nobody remembers Raiden as a bad guy. You know why? Because of Mortal Kombat 2. Because he was retooled, redesigned, given a new look, given a new personality. And in MK2, he was reintroduced as Earth's elemental god, protector and a mentor figure, and that's pretty much the role he has had in the series and even in the reboot since. So the one decent thing about this, right, is that they can take this, they can retool it, they can fix it. If they're willing to listen to the criticism, if they're willing to actually humble themselves and say, okay, we done messed up. We cannot deny this. You cannot deny 150,000 downvotes. How do we clean up this mess? How do we make these characters likable and interesting? But sadly, I doubt that Marvel's going to do that. I doubt that Marvel's going to make Kibblesmith and Vecchio do that. Because if they're going to allow Donny Cates to try to flex on people where there's no reason and no place to flex, if you're going to allow him to go online, go on Twitter, which is a public forum, and publicly insult people that he doesn't know personally, right? Then what reason do I have to believe that they're going to actually take this opportunity and make the adjustments needed? You see, this reminds me of around this time last year or a little prior, right? There was the Sonic trailer, the original Sonic trailer dropped, right? And it had Gangsta's Paradise and had that ugly Warhog version of Sonic, and everybody pretty much said, hell no, what the hell is this? What have you done? Remember how the director and people related to the project responded? They said, hey, we messed up. We hear you. We're going to fix it. And guess what? They actually fixed it, because around September, I think it was, they came out with the redone trailer where Sonic looked good and they had Supersonic as the song, and everybody just gave a collective yay. And what happened? People said we need to go support this film because for once in life they actually listened to us when we complained about something. Even I went to see it. And I'm not a moviegoer, but I went to see it last month. I put down the money and I gave my review of it. I was not a fan. I thought that it was lacking and could have been a lot better. I found it very by the numbers, but still, at the very least, the people behind Sonic listened when not just fans of Sega or Sonic said, we don't like this, but the entire internet said, we don't like this. And guess what, Marvel? Guess what happened? They were rewarded. And now that movie's gone on to be a financial hit. Whatever quality it has as a film, right? That's debatable. But you cannot deny the fact that that because the director and whatnot and others listened, there was a positive outcry. There was a positive response. Most importantly, people put their money where their mouth was and they said, I'm going to reward them. They listened to us. They listened to me. They didn't call us names. Let me go out and go reward that action, right? Positive reinforcement. Let me go reward this by actually going to see the film and spending money on it. And that's what people did. This could be you, Marvel. This could be you. You could earn people's goodwill back. But you're not going to do it with a person like Donny Cates. You're not going to do it if you're going to allow your artist to come out and insult people for no reason at all. Now, Marvel, it's the ball is in your court. The ball is in your court, Marvel. It's in your hands. You can either take this time to regroup, to figure out how you're going to proceed, not just with the new Warriors, but as a company, assuming that you do survive the coronavirus, or you can continue to do what you've been doing for years now, which is committing career suicide by not listening to your fans when they tell you we don't like this. The ball is in your court, right? You can have the blessing or the malediction. I think I know what you're going to choose given your behavior, but still, it is your choice. It is in your hands. But the first thing I would do if I were you, CB Cebulski, if I were you, Sana Amanat, is that I would take Donny Cates off Twitter. Because obviously homeboy don't know what the hell he's talking about. But anyway, that's just me. That's just my opinions on this. Please let me know what you think, and I will see you all in the next one. Have a good day. Have a good night. Be happy. Be healthy. Be safe. Stay inside. Bye.